The Ram, Jeep, and Dodge brands are in danger of shutting down, and things are not looking good.
This new Ram TRX is $125,000 and has been sitting on the dealer lot for 150 days.
And they have two of them. This brand new 2023 Cherokee has been sitting on this lot for an insane 500 days.
And this Dodge Charger has been sitting here unsold and collecting lot rot for 214 days.
The poor leadership of these Stellantis brands has totally alienated the average consumer, and now the decision to focus on wealthy customers has totally backfired on them in a huge way. Back in 2019, you could get a fully loaded Rubicon just like mine for about $57,000. If you try to buy the same trim level of Rubicon in 2024, that's going to cost you at least $10,000 more.
In 2021, the new Ram TRX would cost you $92,000. But now in 2024, that same truck is going to cost you over $125,000.
Higher prices and decreasing quality are becoming huge problems at Stellantis, and the nearly 40% drop in sales should be a wake-up call to their CEO. But so far, prices remain high. Sales are so slow at Jeep that the Toledo plant is completely shutting down for an entire month so production can align with sales. While there have been some discounts on Ram and Jeep vehicles over the past few months, it just doesn't seem to be helping sales at all. I'm here at a Ram, Jeep, and Dodge dealership with my sister, and we're going to show you exactly why these brands are the worst selling in the USA right now. These Ram trucks, and especially back when they were the Dodge Ram, used to be the more affordable option if you were kind of choosing between Ford, Chevy, and Dodge/Ram. But now if you want anything cool at a decent trim level with any options, they're going to be quite pricey. This right here is a 2024 Ram Rebel, and it's one of my personal favorite trim levels of these trucks. But if you want one of these, this 2024 Rebel 4x4 crew cab is going to run you $74,945, which to me is just insane, especially on a 2024, because my cousin actually has a white Rebel that's just a few years older, and he paid 50 grand for it, and it had really low miles. So the prices of these Ram trucks has really skyrocketed over the past couple of years. And let's say you don't have a big budget and you're trying to find something cheaper, like this more basic trim level with black plastic and steel wheels and just regular road tires. The price of this is actually pretty surprising. And it's also pretty much one of the cheapest ones that you can get right here. So this is a 2024 Ram 1500 Tradesman crew cab with four-wheel drive. It's got cloth seats, it does have the V8 and the 8-speed transmission, and a few basics like keyless entry and backup camera, and pretty much all of the things that most people on a basic truck will want. But just because it's basic doesn't mean it's cheap anymore. This one is $53,680. And just a few years ago, that one would be like in the low to mid 40s. But here's where things get even crazier with these Ram trucks. If you want something like this heavy duty 2500 with the Cummins turbo diesel, you're looking at, for a 2024 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 2500, $86,695. But here's where it gets kind of dumb. This is if you're probably using it for daily, but also carrying a bunch of people with you. But let's say you just wanted a two-door long bed work truck with a diesel. You have this 3500 heavy duty right here, single cab, long bed, but the price is way higher than you would think. For this 2024 Tradesman regular cab 4x4 with a long box, $68,675. And as you can see inside, it is super basic. So $68,000 for a single cab diesel HD truck is just totally stupid. But wait, we're not done with the Ram trucks yet. What if you need a dually? This beast sitting right here. What's a dually truck gonna run you? And this is where prices get really stupid. 2024 3500 Laramie Night Edition Crew Cab 4x4 long box. This price blows my mind. $96,500. Almost $100,000 for a heavy duty Ram truck dually in 2024. Things are just getting stupid over here.
Now we know that the Ram trucks are way overpriced, but what about the Stellantis bread and butter, the Jeep Wrangler? Say you're new to the Jeep world and you're wanting to get one so you can go out and off-road with everyone else in the Jeep community. This would be a really great place to start. You're looking at just a basic two-door, so there's nothing crazy. You don't have four doors, so you think it'd be a little bit cheaper. You're also going to be looking at the basic trim, which is just your plastic bumpers, your regular wheels. And so the price point on this may shock you still. For your basic two-door Sport, you're looking at a total price of $47,270. Well, what if you wanted to jump up to four doors? You're gonna wanna jump over here to the Unlimited. You're still gonna have your plastic bumpers. You You get a little bit nicer wheel, but the price is still pretty high for what you're getting. The Wrangler 4-door Sport, you're looking at a total price of $53,665. Now, if you want to step it up a lot more, you're going to come over and look at the Wrangler Sahara Edition. On the Sahara, there's really not a whole lot that changes. You're going to get painted fenders. You're also going to get a painted top to match the body and a slight bit upgrade on your wheel and tire. I don't think that is enough of a difference to justify the price jump. Wrangler 4-door Sahara, you're still looking at $62,850.
And that is pretty crazy as far as prices go, but I wanted to just kind of stop here for a minute because I actually found something quite funny that I've never seen on a Jeep lot before. I'm not sure why this Jeep is on the lot. It's a little bit weird that it's for sale. It's really weird that this is on the lot. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This right here, 4-door Jeep Wrangler. But there's something really strange about it. And it's not necessarily strange because this Jeep actually exists other places. It's just strange because they have a right-hand drive 4-door Wrangler for sale to the public on the lot. As you can see, this is the right side of the Jeep and the steering wheel is on the passenger side. So that's just kind of weird. Let's go over here to the driver's side. It's a 2024 Wrangler 4-door right-hand drive 4x4 for $51,885. And as you can see, no steering wheel on the what should be the driver's side. And this is definitely not a mail truck because they don't use Jeeps as mail trucks out here. Unless maybe the Postal Service up in the mountains uses it, but it's just weird that it's sitting on the lot. So that's kind of strange. But the Jeeps really kind of keep creeping up in price. And that's where the most expensive, or not the most expensive, this is actually almost the most expensive Jeep comes into play, and obviously that's gonna be the Rubicon. And when you get the Rubicon, you get more aggressive BFG KO2 tires, you get a little bit higher of a lift. Obviously your shocks and springs are more durable, more rugged, but that's where Jeeps get kind of stupidly priced. I would say this is probably a pretty basic Rubicon because you have your black fenders, you have your black roof right here, and as you can see, this one just has cloth seats. But even a basic Rubicon is gonna cost you $61,075. And remember, my yellow Rubicon was $57,000 in 2019, and it was the top tier trim level that you could get at the time. Now for a standard trim level Rubicon with cloth seats, it's $61,000, $62,000, which is totally nuts. Now, slow truck and SUV sales aren't just the only problem. Dodge is also really having a hard time selling the Chargers and the Challengers. This Dodge Charger has been on the lot for over 214 days. And we're in the middle of the summer here in Idaho, and this 2023 model all-wheel drive special edition hasn't sold yet and is just getting almost a year's worth of lot rot. And one of the issues is a lot of people don't see themselves spending $45,495 on a Dodge when for $45,000 you could probably just go get a Mercedes or a really nicely trimmed BMW. Now they do have a cheaper, lower trim level right here behind me, this more base model Charger right here, but it's also not selling. So they can't even sell a $37,000 Dodge car. And as far as this Challenger here, while it is a nice trim package with some upgraded wheels and the front lip on the bottom, it's not the one that everybody really wants with the V8. This is a 2023 GT. It is all-wheel drive, which is kind of neat, but people want rear-wheel drive V8 horsepower so they can, you know, do burnouts and donuts, and you can't really do that with the all-wheel drive. But at $41,885 for a V6 version of the Challenger, that's why this one's been sitting for a long time as well. Nobody wants it. But there's another anomaly here at Dodge that is really tanking in sales, and that's the Hornet. While it is a good-looking little SUV, again, the problem with the Stellantis is the prices are just super high. This is a 2024 Hornet RT with a track pack, but for this tiny SUV, it's going to run you $51,615. And at 50 grand, again, there are other options that you can get. Instead of spending $51,000 on that Hornet, you could get this 2024 Grand Cherokee with four-wheel drive and a pretty decent leather trimmed interior for $50,080. So it's either get that tiny little Hornet for 52 grand or step into a full-size Grand Cherokee for $1,000 less. So buying that little Hornet just doesn't make sense when you have something like this Grand Cherokee for almost the same price. Just seems kind of dumb to me to buy that little tiny thing prices of Stellantis SUVs kind of get nuts when you want something really, really cool. Like this 392 Durango. I think it's kind of awesome. It's the fast version, but it's just an insane price point. And it's a 2023, so again, sitting here for quite a long time. And it's a Durango SRT 392 all-wheel drive, which will run you $88,755. And now at 80 grand, that puts you in Porsche territory. So why would you buy an $88,000 Dodge when you can buy a Porsche, which is honestly much, much better build quality? Sure, this might be fast, but something like a Porsche is going to be built to a much higher standard and will last you a lot longer. That's it for this dealership. Now, we got some pretty crazy stuff to show you here in a second, and what you're about to see will probably blow your mind. All right, we came here to another Jeep dealership because this one actually has a lot more of the really, really expensive trim levels, and we'll show you what we're talking about right here. So there's not only one 392, but we got two of them right here.
So these have been sitting here so long. Check this out. Look how dusty they are. That's terrible.
And I know these have been here for a while because I did another video about Jeeps and stuff. I think it was like 2-3 months ago I was here, and both of these 392 Wranglers were here at this dealership, and so was this Ram TRX. That one's been here for I think over 200 days. But what's crazy is the price of these 392s. This is basically the most expensive Wrangler that you can get, and we'll look at the price of both. So this is a 2024 model, and it's $96,265.
This 392 here, it's the Wrangler 4-door Rubicon 392 4-wheel drive, $96,200, and it's been sitting here for some time now.
And just like the black one, as you can see here, this is also covered in several weeks of dust and dirt. But the 392 is obviously a special highest trim level of a Rubicon that you can get. And what I want to show you is comparing my 2019 Rubicon that you see right there, that again was $57,000 new MSRP. And I just want you to know, because you watch all my videos where I talk about don't buy any, they're too expensive. I bought that yellow one back there a year ago, and it had 13,000 miles, and I paid $45,000. So I saved quite a lot of money by just buying a used Rubicon, and it was super low miles. But this right here is pretty close to what I got on my Jeep, and steel bumpers, Rubicon with painted fenders, painted top, all the good leather interior bits. And this price is just ridiculously stupid. Again, this is not a 392. This is a 2024 Wrangler with the V6 engine and an 8-speed auto in a Rubicon trim, and it's $75,200. So a pretty equivalent Rubicon close to mine goes from $57,000 all the way up to $75,000 for 2024. That is a ridiculous jump in price. Now, the only difference between this one and my yellow one over there when they were in stock form would be the package where it comes with 35. But the problem with trying to knock that off the cost is that this is a Rubicon X, and it's the only one you can get now in 2024 that has the painted fenders and the hood. If you want like a regular Rubicon right here, and then you go into the Jeep Builder and you try to add painted top and painted fenders like you used to, you can't do it anymore. This is kind of what you're sticking with. So if you get the highest trim level, so this is basically a highest trim level Rubicon, has everything except the 35s and the painted fenders, and mine was $57,000. This one is $12,000 more at $69,425. So just in a couple years, you're paying over $12,000 more for the same product. And in my opinion, that's just not worth it. And that's one of the reasons they're just selling really, really slow. But one of the things that we want to show you that's really crazy with these Jeeps is that there's something that's not even a Rubicon, and it's even more expensive than a Rubicon.
And that's the 2024 Wrangler 4xe high altitude. And it's got the 2-liter turbo engine with the hybrid powertrain, and it's stupidly expensive. And this thing will run you $72,225.
So as you can see by the endless rows of vehicles on these lots that go way over there into the back, all the heavy duty trucks over there that take up 4 rows, the 392s over here that aren't selling, TRX that has been here for several months, and all of these overpriced high-end Ram, Jeep, and Dodge vehicles. Stuff like this 2023 Hellcat Charger for $96,000 are just going to continue to sit on Stellantis brand lots, collecting dust, having more issues, cooking in this ridiculously hot summer sun. And by the time they're ready to get rid of them, maybe a year later, they're gonna have to drop $15,000 to $20,000 off of the price of these things just to try to get them out the door. Thanks for watching MotorFeed. I'm Matt. This is my sister Tracy. Make sure if you made it to the end of this video, hit subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. If you like this video, just smash the crap out of that like button so more people can see this. We can spread the word, and we'll see you in the next video.